everyone, Susan here at the Red Brick House, and today I am using my leftover yarn to make some dishcloths. Now this is cotton yarn, so keep that in mind. I'm also taking this opportunity to learn some new knit stitches because I've been using a lot of stockinette stitch lately and a lot of garter stitch, and sometimes I can kind of get in that kind of rut where I'm just using those two things all the time, and I really wanted to branch out and try some new stitches. And so I'm using this opportunity to do that. Now these might not be the perfect stitch for a dishcloth, but it was just a way for me to learn something new, and I'll use these cloths regardless of what the stitch pattern is like. So let me show you what I've made today. Okay friends, so I'm going to show you this one first. This is the double woven rib stitch, and it requires a cast on of a multiple of 4 plus 2 stitches. So any multiple of 4 plus 2. And it kind of curls a little bit, so I put this edge on here. It's just a little garter stitch edge that you can see here, just to keep it from curling under. And look at this really pretty texture. Try to bring it in close. I really like these little bars here. These kind of like little ladders. So this is made really simply, and it's really quick to work. Like this worked up really fast. I was really surprised because on your first row you do this is beside the border. Okay, so not talking about the border, but you would do knit 2 and then you slip 2 purlwise. So you put your yarn in front like you were going to purl, and you just slip those 2 stitches over and to the other needle. And because of that, it worked really quickly, and that's what gives you those little ladders in here. And so yeah, I really liked this one. I'll show you the back of it. It was really simple to do and really quick little project. I don't know if it would be something I would do for a washcloth or a dishcloth going forward. I think I would use it maybe in a blanket or maybe a scarf or something like that. Or I think a sweater would be pretty out of that. What do you think? Let me know your opinions. I think that's pretty. And if you're tired of seeing this yarn, because I kind of am, be glad this is the last of it. I just about used it all up. I've been working on this yarn for a while now, kind of using it up. I do have a tiny bit left, but not enough to really make anything substantial. Now this next one I made is the basket stitch, and I think it turned out really neat. I really like this woven look. I really like it a lot. And so for this one, I don't believe a border is needed. I did put one on each side here. I'll bring it up close so you can kind of see. It really is not necessary, but I'm gonna let you see it because I don't think this one curls. But this is the first time I did it, so don't quote me on that, but I don't think it does. But I just added it on there because I was kind of used to doing it. And that's the, when I did my stitches for this, I figured that into my stitch count. So I just went ahead and did it that way. But isn't that neat looking? I hope you can see that. It looks so dark on camera, even though the fabric's white. Or the cotton here is white. But to do the basket weave, now the basket weave is a 12-row repeat. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to keep up with all these rows? But it really wasn't that bad as I thought it was going to be. And when I would do my knitting and I have a project like that, I will go through the whole 12 rows before I put it down to rest or to walk away or do something else. And, you know, unless there's an emergency or something. But I don't like to lay my knit work down when I'm like in the middle of that sequence, because then it's harder to remember where you are. So that's just a little tip that I use, that anytime I'm working in a sequence of rows like that, I will wait until I'm finished, and then I pick it up. I know that I'm always on row number 1, you know. And so for this one, you needed a multiple of 6 stitches plus 2. And that gives you this wonderful basket weave. The rows were not very hard. A lot of them were repeat, or they were kind of the opposite of the row you just did. And so it really wasn't that bad. So if you are interested in doing something like this, but maybe you're sort of a beginner and you're thinking, oh, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, just give it a try, because really once you start working on it, it's really not that bad. And so I love this. I think I would use this as I think it'd be good. I think it's good for a washcloth. This one turned out a lot bigger than the colorful one because this cotton thread was much thicker than this one over here. And when I made it, I counted the same amount of stitches, not even thinking that, oh, you know, this is a different type of cotton, a different brand, and it works up differently. I should have taken that into consideration, but I was just kind of going with it, and this was all kind of experimental anyway. And so I really like how they turned out. I think going forward, of all the stitches I've learned in the past 2 months, because I did, in a previous video, I did some hand towels where I also learned 2 new stitches. And I think I really like the seed stitch for a dishcloth. So the seed stitch is very nubby, and I think it would be great for that purpose. But I do really like the basket weave. I like the waffle stitch too, but I'm really loving this basket weave for like maybe bathroom towels, like hand towels or washcloths. I really like this. So let me know what stitches you've tried out, or maybe there's some that you might think that I might be interested, that you know you really like, and I would like to try those out too, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of trying out some new stitches, and it's been really fun to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you maybe some new ideas. Maybe you haven't ever tried this, and maybe it will make you want to try it. I don't know. It's up to you. You can do your crafts however you like. But this really was a lot of fun to do this stitch. So I do recommend trying it out if you haven't before. And this one too. This one was really simple and easy. And so, yeah, I hope you like this video. I'm so glad that you're here with me watching my videos. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed and are liking my videos. It really gives me encouragement, and it really makes me happy to see that. So I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.